and welcome to Tech Tips by Norfield. I'm Carl Lewis, Senior Service Technician here at Norfield. Today we're going to be setting the door and jamb stops on an older Rev Series Magnum. That's any Magnum with the serial number below DJ2000. On this Magnum machine we have two door stops. This door stop here is for the lock height, and this one is for the faceplate mortise relative to the lock height. The entire bar is adjustable in these clamps to set a course setting. The difference between the two assemblies is already fixed at the factory and is the approximate distance between the lock drill and the faceplate mortise. You take your door and draw a line on it where you want the center of the lock hole to be. Position that in the machine and line it up with the center of your backup block. Bring the door into place and adjust the rod so that the door stop comes up against the end of the door. Once you've positioned the rod and got it in approximately the right position, then you can take the door, put it against the door stop, and drill a hole in it. You measure the hole. If there's a minor adjustment that needs to be made one way or the other, then you use a 7/16 wrench and adjust the door stop relative to the tab to correct the lock height to get it exactly where you want it. Once you've got the lock height where you want it, you can move the door back, set it against the faceplate mortise stop, cut a faceplate mortise, and check to see that it lines up with the faceplate mortise. And again, if it does not, simply adjust the 1/4 inch bolt until it does. Now that I have the door stop set in the correct location, I can adjust the jamb stop relative to the door stop. So to do that, we're going to take a door, set it in the machine up against the door stop, clamp it into the machine, take our tri-square again, put it across the end of the door. We're going to check to the rabbet on the end of the jamb and set it so that the rabbet on the jamb is about approximately 1/8 of an inch past the end of the door. If you have different requirements for head clearance, then that dimension will be different. In this case, we have a flat jamb. We're looking for 1/8 of an inch of head clearance, so we'll set the jamb 1/8 of an inch past the end of the door. And we can rotate the jamb stop down and see that the block is either correctly adjusted or not. If the block is not adjusted to line up with the dado, you can simply take a 9/16 wrench, loosen the lock nut, and adjust the stop to make it appropriate. There are two stops. Usually the shorter stop is used for a flat jamb, and then the longer stop is used for the rabbeted jamb. The rabbeted jamb, the dado on the end of the rabbeted jamb will be below the top edge of the door because of the way the jamb works together. So the offset between your flat jamb stop and your rabbeted jamb stop will be the thickness of the stop on the jamb. So if the jamb has a 1/2 inch tall stop, then the difference between here and here will be 1/2 inch. And then to use that, you can simply rotate it around and it will be in position to stop the dado on a rabbeted jamb.